dinners in real restaurants where the floor does not move. Chapter 6. Ports of Call, Hearts of Home. The last days of the voyage slid past like pages, almost memorized. People exchanged addresses and souvenirs that would become dust catchers with stories attached. The sea, satisfied, kept its larger secrets. Theo stood with Lila at the rail the evening before docking. The sun fell in sheets and made a city out of light. He asked her what she would do when they reached shore. "I think I'll sing in a room that isn't moving," she said. "Maybe in a place where the owner says my name correctly." "And if the owner mispronounces it," he asked, "then I'll sing louder." He told her he would close his case files and open a different kind of work. People will always have secrets, he knew. But he had learned something here that made him want to find the ones worth protecting rather than exposing. Maris and Adrian took their breakfasts on deck, trading small stories as if they were schoolchildren who had been assigned to write about their summer. Not every silence had been banished, but the ones that remained were companionable. When she laughed, he looked relieved. When he frowned, she reached across the table without thinking and smoothed the air between them. On the final morning, the ship nosed into the harbor with the modest pride of a job done. Passengers lined the railings, waving to people whose hats bobbed on the pier. Lila wore her own name like a ribbon now. Theo held her suitcase while she looped one last look at the horizon. There is a way the sea drops behind you when you turn inland. It feels both like losing and like putting something back exactly where it belongs. They walked down the gangway together, the kind of together that is not performance but possibility. "I have told you what I know, that a borrowed identity can lead a person to their truest self, that a faithful heart can be obscured by noise but not erased, that music and weather and the gentle tyranny of schedules can take strangers and make them partners. Most of all, I know this. Love that survives a voyage does not promise calm seas forever. It promises that when the storm corners you at midnight, you will have someone at your shoulder who has learned the ship's sway and will not mistake the tilt for a sign to abandon. And if you ask me whether what began on the high seas endured in the city's complicated light, I will answer like the tide answers the moon. It goes and it returns. It learns the shape of the shore by touching it daily. It makes a map out of devotion and finds its way home not by sight, but by pull. They met sometimes at the harbor's edge, long after the voyage had turned into a story. Lila sang a song Theo had requested on that first night, and Theo, who had never been musical, kept time in a way a steady man can by standing close and listening closely. Maris and Adrian passed by once, fingers interlaced, arguing softly over nothing important, which is to say everything vital. A ship's horn sounded far out, practicing its own confession. The city caught the note and held it. The sea, I like to think, approved.